Welcome back. Soon it will be festival time again in Jamaica. Across the island, songwriters will sharpen their lyrics, singers will step into recording studios, and hopeful competitors will dream of capturing the title of Jamaica Festival Song Competition. But what if I told you Jamaica Festival was never supposed to be about winning songs? Did you know that? It was created to answer a much bigger question. How do you build a nation after 300 years of colonial rule? The answer Jamaica chose was culture. And so it was decided that we would indeed use our culture to celebrate our independence. One of the strongest advocates for this idea was the late former Prime Minister Edward George Philip Siaga, who served as Minister of Development and Welfare at the time. Siaga believed that Jamaicans needed a national celebration that would encourage people from every parish and every social background to participate in building a new national culture. And so the festival was born in 1962, the same year Jamaica gained independence from Britain. The vision championed by Edward Siaga was ambitious. Jamaica needed more than political independence. It needed cultural confidence. And so the goal was to encourage Jamaicans to celebrate Jamaican creativity, Jamaican talent, Jamaican traditions, and Jamaican achievement through music, dance, drama, speech, visual arts, folk traditions, and community competitions. And so the festival would help build national pride and a shared sense of identity. Now, in 1966, the Independence Festival Song Competition was introduced. It quickly became one of the most beloved features of Jamaica's independence celebrations. The very first winner was the Maytals with Bam Bam, and there's a whole story behind that. And over the decades, the competition produced songs that became part of the soundtrack of Jamaican life. No artist, however, became more closely associated with festival than Eric Donaldson. For more than 5 decades, Eric Donaldson has been one of Jamaica's most recognizable cultural ambassadors. His songs have celebrated Jamaica's beauty, resilience, and spirit in a way that few artists have ever achieved. He remains the most successful festival song competition winner in Jamaica's history, with multiple victories, including classics such as Cherry O Baby,
oh baby, don't you know I'm in need of thee?
Land of My Birth,
This is the land of my birth. This is the land of my birth.
and Sweet Jamaica. I believe he won the competition 7 times.
Let us show sweet Jamaica, we really want to go.
These are not merely songs, friends. They are national treasures. When Jamaicans at home and abroad hear Land of My Birth, they are instantly transported to memories of home, family, pride, and of course our beloved country. Few songs have captured the emotional connection between Jamaicans and their homelands as powerfully as Eric Donaldson's music. Now, to Jamaica's credit, Eric Donaldson has not gone completely unrecognized. Over the years, he has received several national honors and awards for his contribution to Jamaican music and culture, including the Order of Distinction in the rank of Officer OD, one of the country's respected national honors. His achievements, however, have been acknowledged by cultural organizations, government agencies, and the Jamaican people themselves. But the question remains, has Jamaica honored Eric Donaldson in proportion to his impact? When we think of Jamaica's cultural icons, names like Bob Marley, almost reverently, it comes to mind, right? Bob Marley immediately comes to our mind, respectfully so and rightfully so. Bob Marley's contribution to Jamaica and the world is immeasurable. Today, his legacy is preserved through museums, statues, monuments, official commemorations, and international recognition. Visitors from around the world can physically see and experience his place in Jamaica's history. Yet, when it comes to festival, the single most important cultural program created to celebrate Jamaica's independence and national identity, there is no major monument, museum, exhibit, landmark, or permanent national tribute dedicated to the man whose voice became synonymous with it. Don't you think it is time we expand our honor system to Jamaica's culture in honoring its living legends? I put it to you, if Bob Marley became the global voice of Jamaica, then Eric Donaldson became the voice of Jamaican nationhood itself. His music helped generations of Jamaicans celebrate who we are. His songs accompanied independence celebrations for decades. There's never a festival song competition without Eric Donaldson's name included. His voice became part of Jamaica's national memory, so to speak. And surely that deserves more than occasional recognition. And I believe the time has come for Jamaica to establish an Eric Donaldson Festival Heritage Center, or perhaps a section of the National Stadium grounds used during independence celebrations could bear his name. Perhaps an Eric Donaldson Cultural Walk of Fame could be created. Perhaps, I'm stretching it a bit, but perhaps a statue could stand proudly at the entrance of the National Arena or the National Independence Park. Independence Park would probably be a great place to put Eric Donaldson's statue. This is to remind future generations of the man whose music helped define Jamaica's festival culture. Or perhaps the annual festival song competition itself could establish the Eric Donaldson Lifetime Achievement Award, if it has not happened yet. That I'm not sure. If it has happened, so be it. If it hasn't, then we should look at it. Listen, various artists who work, in Jamaica and work on our culture and national identity has gone recognized. And so nations reveal what they value by whom they choose to honor. No doubt about that. Eric Donaldson helped shape how generations of Jamaicans celebrate their country. He helped carry that vision that Edward Seaga and the founders of festival imagined in 1962. He gave Jamaica songs that have outlived trends and I dare say governments and generations. And while awards are important, monuments tell future generations who mattered. The question is no longer whether Eric Donaldson deserves recognition. That's my perception, anyways. The question is whether Jamaica will create a permanent tribute worthy of one of its greatest cultural patriots. Because long after, politicians are gone or forgotten and headlines have faded, Jamaicans will still be singing Land of My Birth. And so, Madam Minister Olivia Atavia Babsy Grange, this appeal is respectfully placed before you. As Jamaica's Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, you have dedicated much of your public life to preserving and promoting Jamaican culture. And you, having worked closely with and learned under the leadership of the late Prime Minister Edward Seaga, the visionary who helped establish Jamaica's festival movement as a celebration of national pride and cultural excellence. You understand better than most the importance of honoring those who have contributed to that legacy. Eric Donaldson is not simply a beloved singer. He is one of the most recognizable voices in the history of Jamaica Festival. For decades, his music has inspired patriotism, unity, and pride in being Jamaican. His remarkable record of festival song, victories, and his enduring popularity have made him an important part of the very cultural movement that Edward Seaga envisioned in 1962. And so, as a steward of that legacy, Madam Minister, you're uniquely positioned to ensure that Eric Donaldson's contribution receives the lasting recognition it deserves, whether through a commemorative monument, a cultural landmark, a scholarship, a national tribute, or another fitting honor. This is an opportunity to celebrate a man whose voice has become synonymous with Jamaica's festival tradition. The festival movement was created to celebrate the best of Jamaica. Few artists embodied that vision more completely than Eric Donaldson. So, the ball is now in your court, Madam Minister. This has been Dear Jamaica, We Need to Talk. Until next time, let's keep talking. One Jamaica, one people, one nation under God. Jamaica, land we love.
Dear Jamaica,
Here we call,
one people, one nation,
standing tall,
under God.
strong and free,
Jamaica,
the land we love.